Hello my friends, and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you're all doing amazingly well. It's really good to see you and have you here. And I'm really sorry, it's been a while since I've uploaded. I've been so busy, and I've always wanted to make sure that whenever I do my readings for you, I have to be completely okay, and energy wise it all has to be in a good space to be able to deliver the energies in a right way to you. I started this reading and I ended up leaving my camera on for the entire week, ready to do the other two readings, and it just didn't happen. So here we are, starting again. What do people secretly think of you? That first reading was so amazing. It was actually really resonant for me. So maybe that's what the universe wanted it for. That it was like, right, this is for you, Reena, and now you can go on and tell some more information to the collective when you've integrated that. So we've got 3 pearls to choose from. Pearl 1 is this beautiful tourmaline, black tourmaline. Pile 2, you have this exceptional malachite. And pile 3, you have this lovely, gorgeous green calcite. So what are people secretly thinking about you? In this reading, I'm going to be exploring about what they think about you and how that really is to affect you. So is it something that you should really care about, or is it something that maybe you should take on board? I don't know. Remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only, so please only take what resonates, discard the rest. Pile 1, black tourmaline. Pile 2, green, malachite. And pile 3, green calcite. Timestamps will be in the description box below, my friends, and I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, my wonderful pile ones, and welcome to your reading. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the reading, I had done your reading already, and it was a really good reading. I'm not going to lie. The amount of readings that have been lost that I've done, that have been really interesting readings but haven't come through for whatever reason, is just really interesting. And I did want to share that one with you, but we'll see. Like, if the same messages come out, they come out. If they don't, they don't. Spirit clearly wanted me to do this now, and here we are. So black tourmaline is a very protective stone. The idea here is what I'm like, something that's quite stoic. There's a Queen of Swords energy that I'm feeling of this, which is somebody who has been through an amount of experience, and now they are using the discernment to make a better judgment, and also to make sure that they don't enter the same situation again. There is a little bit of quartz here. I'm not sure exactly what that pink stone is. Sorry, that was a bit close. Yeah, so you've got a bit of quartz, and I don't know what that is, but yeah, so I think that, your heart is guarded, to be honest with you. I feel like you've been quite hurt in the past, and you are needing some kind of, you need people to show you that they really value you and that they are trustworthy. So with that being said, let's see what your card is here. Oh wow, yes, I remember now, because it was a week ago I did the reading, and I remember it vaguely because I really resonated with it. But let's see, and then I'll tell you what happened. Basically, I'll give you a little spoiler because you're my pile ones, and that's who it was for. But so we've got surrender to receive with this little otter. Now, first thing I will say is that otters are very social animals. So they are animals that they need constant love and attention. Now, this little otter's crying as well. So it's almost like, I don't know, you may have had an argument with someone. And this argument, you're realizing that actually I need to surrender my energy, even though, I may feel right. The fact that you feel hurt actually is more prevalent. it was reversed. I am going to take it reversed. Now, the reason why I'm taking it reversed is because I feel like I don't think that you're in a position to surrender right now. You may be quite angry still, to be honest with you. It feels like, I don't know if it's with the world or if it's with people in general, but it seems to me like there's an inability to be able to surrender here. There is, with this blue going up to the orange, there is something about going from this sense of coldness to a sense of warmth. There is also the idea of blue, which is maybe what's happened vocally and moving into the creation phase. So actually saying what you're going to do is also a big thing. At the moment, you are doing and saying, like, so you're acting before you think, or maybe yeah. Or maybe like you're acting and then you're talking about certain things. I don't know. It just feels like there's some conflict here that's going on. But I don't know if it's specifically conflict with other people. It feels like it may be conflict with how you view other people. Because I don't know whether that matches really of what you think they think of you. You know what I mean? That might have been really confusing, but what I was trying to say is that you've got a perception of them thinking a certain way about you, and it might not be correct. So there is this surrender element that needs to occur. Wow, that's a lot from the beginning. I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, let's have a look with some oracle cards. Okay, bear with me 1 second. So my hands are really dry. I needed to like put some moisture on there. So this, I don't know, I feel like there's a need for lubrication here. Take of that what you will. But yeah, I feel like there's a need for some greasing of some joints. Things feel a bit sticky and a bit like, I don't know, they don't feel, it doesn't feel easy. It feels like you need something, you need some grease to axle those joints. Like you need some grease for the gears to flow easily in order to allow yourself to be in these situations, to be viewed by other people. I feel like people think that you're a bit spiky, just gonna say it. Like they think that they're a bit scared, I would say, of you. The Harlequin, true feelings are masked. There we are. So, you know, I think they're a bit afraid of you, pile one. I think people are a bit afraid of you. And spoiler alert, in the first time I did this reading, it was exactly the same thing. I don't think the messages has changed really that much. Yeah, they're a little bit afraid of you. And they don't really know how to approach things with you. But also, I don't think you also, and I mean, it's about them, isn't it? Not you, but I think it works both ways. I don't think it's specifically just to do with them. But let's have a look at, I want to see what types of people, so how do people secretly view my pile one? How do people secretly view my pile one? How do people secretly view my pile one? You know what also I'm seeing? The otter being there. They want to come to you. Like they want to come forward. Okay, we've got two. I'm just going to take that one. But the other one that came up here was the Inferno. So we've got passion, self-destruction and energy, but it was reversed. So I still will take that as reversed and I will read this one. So we've got the disintegration, fragmentation, breakdown and strength. So we've got two cards here, and that's number 28, that equates to 10, and then we've got a 2. Now, so what I'm seeing from this is that people see you as a figurehead of strength. They do. But I don't know if you see yourself like that. I think you know you're strong, but I don't know if you feel that you're strong. Okay, so I just want to see who are the people that are talking about you. Wow. Okay, so we've got false persons as well. So, I mean, we've got another 2 and 8. Pile 1, okay, just be aware, as I said, this is a general reading. But actually, let me do the tarot first before I go into what I think, because I really want to clarify. But false person, but we do have here in this false person, and 8 is also the number of strength. We have this lady putting this guy on a string, like a puppet. So let's have a look. What do people secretly think of my pile? My pile ones. What do people secretly think about my pile ones? What do people secretly think of my pile ones? Okay, what do people secretly think of my pile ones? 2 of Cups reversed. This might be with people that you actually have had some kind of interaction with. Okay. Okay, not gonna lie, they see you as someone who's pretty hard to get along with. They don't see you as someone who is... Yeah, they see you as pretty defensive, and they see you as someone who isn't easy to get along with. They may have been able to have some kind of interaction with you previously, but now they don't feel that way. They feel like there's a reaction there. There may be an element of you taking things a little bit too seriously, but I'm not gonna lie, like, there is also an element of you not taking shit. Like, you don't take anything for granted. Like, you make sure that if if somebody is going to say something, you make sure that they know that what they say is, they're not gonna... I'm just gonna put that over there because, like, then we've got more space for the cards. But yeah, I think personally, pile, yeah, we've got loads of space on that side. I think personally they are thinking that you're a scary person to deal with. And I don't think that this is you. Initially, this is why I wanted to check with the cards. I thought that maybe they thought that you were a false person. And also we've got true feelings and masked as well here. But I think they are not honest with you. They're not honest with you. And I wouldn't be surprised if they use your own defensiveness kind of against you. So not even defensiveness, but sometimes if you are defending yourself against characters that are quite out there, that are being out of order, that are not being honest, you speak out against that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's lost you some relationships because you've done that. You actually speak out against injustice, but it could also be that you act in a very defensive way, and it could be perceived. But I don't know, to me, like the Six of Pentacles reverse says to me that there's a strive for equality. And the King of Swords is nothing about equality. The Seven of Wands is oppression and fighting against it. And winning, I'm not going to lie. I know, like in this picture, it doesn't really look like they're winning. But usually it would be that they win. So, because they're on the higher ground usually. This picture doesn't really depict that. So it may feel like that, but actually 7 upright means that you can overcome it. 7 reversed for me would mean that you can't, you're actually being kind of, engulfed by it. You could think of that the other way around with the actual pictorials in this card, but I'm going to take it from what I know from the actual meaning of the card. If I was looking at this as a pip deck, which means that there were no pictures, I would interpret it that way, so I'm going to go with it that way. That's why I think it may seem like they have the upper hand. And I did think it was you, but actually no, I'm realizing, and you know what I'm thinking from this, that maybe there was a want to be friendly with these people, and then you're realizing that they're all a bunch of, or that most of them are a little bit, not all of them, don't tarnish with the whole brush, Reena, there's that defensiveness, just be like, it's the majority of people are not really paying attention, and they're just kind of following the crowd. So yeah, you're intimidating. I think they want to perceive you like that, but you're not like that. You're not like that. But they perceive you like that. And I'll be honest with you, that's their problem, par 1. That's their problem. That's why tourmaline is there. It's not... What's that? Oh, wow, the Lovers just popped out as well. So you've got the 2 of Cups reversed and the Lovers, but it was like that. So we're just going to pop that back in there. Okay. I mean, par 1 is interesting because it's not up to you to get other people to show their true feelings. All you can do is just be yourself, and that is their problem. But what is interesting is, what is this got to teach you? Like, I don't know what that's got to teach you, and that is what we want to find out. Why are these cards going everywhere? Yeah, they can't seem to compose themselves around you, so they feel like the best thing to do is either to say bad things or to either just ignore you. Can you clarify 2 of Cups reversed, 2 of Cups reversed? Yeah, 5 of Coins. So I don't know, par 1, maybe they reach out to you in a place of lack. And because there's that space of lack, it kind of puts you in a weird place, because then as soon as those people are not in that space of lack, they just go. They don't stay. 5 of Swords. I don't know. 5 of Swords clarifying the 2 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. How do people secretly view you? People secretly view you, and this is a bit sad actually, people secretly view you as an opportunity to be able to get themselves off of the ground, and then and I don't know if they're doing this consciously, but they get off of the ground, they may feel like they're in a similar position to you, and then because they're not being honest and truthful with themselves, and because they're not as strong as you are, and they're not as kind of resilient as you are, then they end up leaving because they've got what they've wanted, and they kind of go. Now, I wouldn't usually say something like that, but the cards are really clearly telling me this. And particularly the thing I'm struck by is by this surrender to receive, with this poor little otter that's here, who's wanting friends, or wanting, who's on their own. And they want to receive, but what happens is when they've surrendered to receive, it just doesn't work. I don't know, it doesn't, or maybe there's an element of trying too hard to get something. So in the end, really, they've just got to be showing their vulnerable self. Now, that kind of goes against what I said in terms of people, you both being in the same vulnerable position, and then once they get a bit better, then they move on, because then that means that you're both being vulnerable. But what happens is that this card is telling me that you're coming from a place that is actually genuinely vulnerable, whereas they're appearing in spaces which isn't genuinely vulnerable. So you've got fragmentation, breakdown, and strength. That would be, you understanding, or whatever, who it is, like, because we're talking about them here, it's a disintegration of them being able to build up to be somebody stronger. This case, we're showing that this is not right. This is not the case. They're actually pretending to be this. We've got these two masked cards here, which are telling me that they're putting on a front. And also the white flag, that's also can be perceived as like as a fake thing. And because it's reversed, I don't know. So it could be that people are taking advantage of you, quite simply. They're taking advantage of you and your good nature. So just beware of that. Now, and they see you as, I wouldn't go as far as an easy target, but they see you as somebody that they can take advantage of. Okay? And I don't know if that makes you like really angry, or it makes you, you know, once you find out, it makes you shut down completely. And then that's what could happen here. Or it also turns them into something where they are attacking you. So those are the two things that I'm seeing. Okay, so then we've got the 10 of Swords. Yeah, there's fucking drama. So I don't know, pile 1. Like, it seems that people like to see you as a bit of a scapegoat. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, but I think you're growing out of this, to be honest with you. The thing is that what gets me is that what is making people think of this energy with you? Talk to me. Well, okay. It's because they see you as it's just the opportunity. They see an opportunity to behave this way with you. Okay, can you tell me more about this? Why do people secretly view my pile 1s like this? And can you give me some insight into how my pile 1s can deal with these people? Okay, these are the astrological dice. Okay, so we've got, okay. So Neptune, Pisces, and 8. And we've had 8 appear a few times. Okay, so 8th house. Okay. I think it feels like that you trigger people in a way, well, I've already said that. You trigger people in a way to behave like that. Why though? Why does my pile 1s do that? Why is it? What do they do? I need to know more. I've got 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and then the Queen of Swords. Peace, end of conflict, tranquility. I'm not entirely sure about this. Five of Coins, 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Okay, give me some last cards. And then I need to like really just sit on this reading. The other one was so much easier, not going to lie. Okay, so we've got Yoke. Feeling tired, tied down. Or frustrated. I'm going to put that over here. Because we've got some room over there. I'm going to do a few actually. So let's pop you. No, it will go down nicely like that. So I'll do that. And then we have Rainbow. The most difficult part of the situation is over. Okay. Desk. Pay attention to your work. I'm going to get 2 more. Moon. Changes in your life. And then we have 1 more, which is key, successful outcome to your problems. Okay, so these are a little bit more better. Okay, right, so I think what's going on is that maybe you have had this issue. You've had this issue because I am seeing this kind of in the past. When I'm thinking about I do resonate with pile 1s a lot. And I'm thinking I was in this situation like maybe about 2-3 years ago. it might be the case that you're going through this, but I feel like you're going, like it's actually come to the end of that. I don't, because you've got the Ten of Swords here as well, which means the ending. So it's almost like maybe you found out about people that haven't really got your best interests at heart, people that you thought that you had, that had your best interests at heart, because we've got this Peace card here. You're really finding out about people's true intentions. The Pisces here and the 8th house is telling me that this was something that, I don't know, I feel like it was very, very dark on their side. Like they completely went one side of them you saw, and then the next minute you just saw something completely different. This could be a personal relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a relationship, it could be something that you found out about somebody that you felt close to. But I feel that now, and I'm not gonna lie, I think they did try and turn other people against you, but what happened was that because you've just been in this level where you've been stoic, you've actually come out on top. I don't know if you're gonna see that. I think you'll probably hear about it eventually, because you've got the Queen of Swords here. I do think that you will hear about it. But you know what it reminds me of, and I'll tell you pile 1 about a little story. When I was in junior school, which is like between the ages of 7 and 11, I remember I was the only kind of person of any colour in my school, or maybe one of 2 in my year, maybe. I definitely don't remember anybody else, but we're talking about the 80s here, a long time ago. And there was one girl in my class that absolutely hated me. She was a bully, a real bully. And, you know, she claimed that I'd written these really awful notes about her, and I was placing them in places. And somebody was sending her these notes, basically. They were putting them in her bag and whatnot, and saying really awful things. And then all of a sudden I get called up to the head's office, and she basically says to me that I've written these notes. Why did I write these notes? And I said I hadn't. I remember just walking in there, and I was mortified. I was like, I hadn't written these notes. And I said to her, I'd never written these notes. She was like, why did you write these notes? You know, this girl told us that you'd written these notes and whatnot. And I said, no, I didn't read these notes, and that's not my handwriting. Literally after that, I never heard anything about this thing again. And I mean, this girl followed me like all the way up until secondary school, which is like high school for you guys, except we finish at 16. But yeah, it just reminds me of that. Like, and she managed to turn the entire class against me, and it made my life very miserable at junior school. But things did end up working out, and it was really interesting how my head teacher, she just listened to that one thing that I said, and then I never heard of it again. Like, I got pulled into her office, she asked me about that, and then that was it. Like, there was nothing after that, and I was really shocked. I was thinking I was going to get some kind of like backlash after that. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be expelled, but I haven't done anything. I've never written any kind of notes or anything, and it turned out that the girl was writing these notes to herself, and she was wanting to accuse me because she was racist. So that kind of gives you an idea of this kind of situation that's happening. So just keep your wits about you. It seems to me that you're pretty well protected in the respect of what you've got around you. I don't know if you've been in a toxic situation previously, but that is now ending for you. Part 1, I really hope that this was useful. I'm sorry it wasn't as joyous. The other one was like super joyous. The other one was like kind of like people see you as a bit hard. So I don't know, we'll see. I might put in the other one, I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, my darlings, you have a wonderful morning, evening, night or day whenever you're choosing to watch this, and remember that honesty is always key. Do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and do hit the bell notification icon so that it's on all, so that you get told of whenever I upload. Have a wonderful day, and remember again that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this malachite stone. I had to go and get my tea before I went on to your reading. So let's see, what do people secretly think of you? Malachite again is a highly protective stone. I'm going to place it here because it's just easier and we'll have more room for the cards. I might actually end up placing it here, but hold on. So the thing I get from malachite is that this is one stone that you're not supposed to put in water. I mean, like malachite, kyanite, calcite, selenite, all of the ites, you're not really supposed to put into water because they could dissolve. And I think that this one is like highly toxic if you do put it in water. So there's something about people feel like maybe when you get in touch with your emotions, they may feel like it's a little bit volatile. I don't know. Let's see what this card has to say. Wow, just trust. Oh my God, I love that. I love that so much. Just trust. Just trust. Moles are blind. Love is blind. I think we just have to trust ourselves, you know, sometimes. In the signs we see, in the things we see, in the people that we meet. So let's have a look at what... I don't know, I think I want to go to your tarot first, so let's do that. Okay, so what do my... For my pile 2s, what do people secretly think about my pile 2s? What do people secretly think about my pile 2s? What do people secretly think about my pile 2s? Pile 2s. To spirit. What do people secretly think about my pile 2s? Okay, like I'm feeling quite playful, you know. The last pile 1, that's just a difficult one altogether because like there's a story behind that. And if you want to go well, I don't know, it depends on which one that I'll post, but actually pile 2s will know the full story. So if you choose pile 1 as well, or if you look at the beginning of pile 1, then you will see that there was 2 readings. I started one a little while ago, and then there's one that I just did just now, just before I'm doing this reading now. And I don't know which one to post yet. I still have to think about which one that I'm going to edit onto this reading. And if I talk about waiting or talk about how busy I've been, then you'll know that I posted the later one and not the one that I recorded earlier. And they're both quite difficult readings. So that's why I'm deciding which one to post. But this one, I feel more I just feel more love with this one. What are people thinking about my pile? Oh, I shouldn't have used that one. Okay, let me put that aside. This is the thing for the deck I use, which is the Sparrow Tarot. All details about the cards I use are in the description box below. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups. And this is quite a weird Queen of Cups. Oh, and then we've got the Emperor. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Cups and the Emperor, and this Queen of Cups is a really interesting Queen of Cups in this deck. And then we've got the Page of Swords. Okay, how do people secretly view my pile 2s? I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of a Leo element to you, pile 2. Like, and the reason why I say that is because there's something that kind of just feels like people who believe that things should just be not a certain way, but oh, it's all going to be all right. That isn't necessarily Leo, but the reason why I say that is because we've got a blind mole with rainbows kind of like going out of its head, and then we've also got this Queen of Cups, which is usually one of the most bountiful queens in the deck. But As you can see, it's not really looking that way. It's quite a weird queen of not wands, Queen of Cups. And then we have the Emperor. So I mean, and the Emperor is like, it's not Leo, it's Aries energy, but that king that wants to kind of take control of everything and has everything in order. I think it's an inherited trait that's either come from like a father figure or something, and it causes you to be a little bit obsessive. A little bit like, not obsessive, but I mean, yeah, a bit obsessive, but also a little bit like just, I don't know if self-centered is the right word. It's almost avoidant. That's what I'm looking for. There's a little bit of an avoidant energy I'm getting here. And that's why I was like, yeah, there's this mole. And then this queen here. But you have a good time. You like to be around people, and people like to be around you. And I don't know if there's like, maybe you're a bit of a party person, pile, which is why I said Leo. Pile 2. Because people seem to enjoy themselves when they're around you. But I also think that they may indulge in behaviors that they might not be entirely proud of. Like, you might be a pusher. You might be someone that like is like, come on, let's go here, let's do this, and like, you know, before everyone knows it, they're all thinking, oh yeah, we'll go out and we have a nice time, and then everybody's like wrecked at the end of the night because you've just like been like, yeah, let's go mad kind of thing. That's how I feel. I don't see them hating this. I don't see them hating this at all. And I don't know, with this Queen of Cups here, there's almost like this sense of, I don't know, it's coming from a place of lack. Usually, and it's weird because like usually I'd see that the reverse as that. But because this Queen is so weird, and I've always noticed that with this Queen in this day, it's never really sat right with me. There's something about this. Yeah, a little bit Persephone vibes. So the idea of Persephone is that she is the queen of the underworld. She doesn't really come from there, but she is the queen of there. So then she spends half of her life down there, and then the other half, you know, in the daylight. But the kind of darkness is where her home is. What I mean by that is that there is some kind of energy that attracts you to that kind of that darkness. And we've got two elements that usually are in the dark, you know. And there has to be an element of like trusting. And I think that's what people do. When people come to you, they just trust you. They just trust you because you've got a very strong authoritarian energy around you. And they like that about you. I also think that I think in a way that they might unwillingly give up their, like you let you take the reins in a way, while they just get on and do their thing. And also, they might think that doing things with you makes it a little bit less inhibited, makes it a little bit less ashamed, like shamed. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. It might make sense to some of you. But yeah. It's almost like if, you know, one of you likes to indulge in burlesque parties or something like that, or like, you know, maybe some kind of like sexy dance things, and some people might feel ashamed of that. And then, but yeah, you are so kind of like in your power about it, and you just don't care, that they are like, right, okay, we can actually concentrate on ourselves while doing it around, like you inspire us to do those things and not feel ashamed about it. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is clarified by the World. Such a beautiful World card. Oh my God, the Emperor is clarified by the Empress. I mean, that analogy that I used, and the Three of Coins is clarified, reversed though, clarifying the Page of Swords. And then we have the Three of... Okay, so you've got... Okay, and then that's the Knight of Cups. Interesting. I mean, that analogy that I used about the burlesque club, I wouldn't be surprised if it has something to do with those kind of things, you know. And like you're feeling that, you know, you're feeling super comfortable in your sexuality and sensuality and who you are, but others are not. They're not able to do that. This feels like something that they couldn't put out in the open, because if they did, then maybe their actual work life or something may be jeopardized. The Knight of Cups as well, you definitely offer something very beautiful for them. You offer them like a really loving, safe space to be in, and you kind of encourage this idea of just trusting yourself. So it's really beautiful. And with this Emperor and Empress energy, I feel like there's some good like hereditary characteristics that have contributed to you being able to exhibit this to others. And that's why, like, say your mum's like your dad, it looks like it's the father's mother's side kind of thing. Like it could be that your father's mother was actually really open and a really wonderful woman. You know, you really enjoyed spending time with your grandma and it really helped you. And also your father had like quite strong dominant energies that were very well balanced. The Emperor shows all of the four kings together, particularly when it's upright. And then you have the Empress, which means that there's a good maternal. It could also be that he had good female figures in his life that helped him to value like females. So then that gives you like a balanced view in how to view male and female dynamics. It isn't necessarily due to like, it might not be something like that. It might be something to do with like how women are viewed within a certain like work situation, because we do have the Three of Pentacles here, but it's almost like that there was an imbalance there that caused people to kind of like look in within themselves and kind of like shut down a bit. But then you encourage this kind of sense of, you encourage people to kind of come out of that. Let's have a look at what people secretly think about you. What does the Astro Dice want to say? Pile 2. Okay, so we've got Neptune again, which we had for the... well, actually, I don't know, depending on what reading I do. We've got the 4th house. So we've got Neptune, 4th house, and Cancer. You know, I always feel Cancerian vibes with my pile 2s. I don't know why. There's always like a strong Cancerian vibe. So here we are. Cancer is also, hold on. Yeah, Cancer is also the 4th house as well. So we've got strong 4th house. So, I mean, we've got strong things to do with home and family. So I think your dreams were like really supported when you were younger. So now you just feel that that's an important thing to show people that, you know, you trust in your dreams. Do what you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that was taboo. It just could be something that, like, say, you know, like how... I don't know, within East Asian traditions, either that be that Indian or like, you know, Chinese or, you know, or usually parents I've found of an ethnic background, they want their kids to do, like to be doctors and stuff. And being an artist isn't really something that is like, wow, you want to be an artist. It's like, oh, you're a doctor, da da da. So you kind of encourage people to go and follow their heart rather than who they are. Not who they are, rather than who they think that they're meant to be. Sorry. The Malachite. The Malachite tells me that you're deeply protected. You're protected while you do this work. There's something very divine about this. I'm looking at this Empress with these 4, 5 stars with this moon. And even this World card. Like, there's something very stable about you. You may not feel it. I don't know if you do, or you might do. But that's why I said that there's something very Leo about you. There's something very maternal, and there's something very, when I use the word kingly or regal, I'm not talking about you being like super kingly. I'm talking about someone that you look up to and that you feel okay within their sense of authority, right? That's what these people do. People feel good in your sense of authority, and they trust you, possibly more than they trust themselves. Yeah. There's a lot of big cards here. Like, I mean, we've got the Emperor, we've got Kings, we've got Queens, we've got a Knight, We do have Pages as well. So we've got all of the court cards more than anything. We've got courts and majors. So that to me seems that, you kind of do a lot in play as well. You do a lot in play. What do I mean by that? So one of my core values is play. The saying that I kind of attribute to with that is, my life is a game, a very serious game. If I look at everything in the sense of a game, it just helps me to kind of work it better, to understand it better. Okay, what type of people are looking at you? The court, see? I told you, like this is a royal place. Like, I feel like you have some kind of royalty going on. I don't know, maybe like they always say this, like in a past life maybe you were a king or a queen, but I don't know, maybe you were like a high-ranking officer, maybe you were someone that actually took care of people, maybe you were someone who actually looked after the king or the queen, that kind of thing. And we've got 23, and then we've got 23, and then we've got 32 there. So 5, the Hierophant. There's something about institutions here that plays into you. My pile. So you're an institution that people believe in. Okay. Wow. Okay. So this is the Surrender. 19, and we have avoidance, apathy, and submission, and it's reversed. I think you're anything but, if I'm honest. Like, I don't think that at all. They don't, people don't think that they can mess with you, do you know what I mean? They think that they have to be a little bit, they have to understand you a little bit. They have to wait, and they have to, I wouldn't say be careful around you, but they know that they can't get away with any shit when they're around you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know what it is? You actually provide an example of people being able to succeed in something that could only reside in their dreams if they just trust and they do it in the right way. Pile 2. I want to be your friend. You're amazing. Not that the other piles aren't amazing, but it's just like, wow, what the fuck do you do that people think this of you? Okay, so we've got the Siren. A temptation may lead you astray. And it's reversed. So I'm going to take that. Instead of a temptation leading you astray, I think you're a temptation that helps people to connect with themselves. It's almost like that you present something, and that kind of fits the theme of what I was thinking. You fit the theme of someone who seems like you're quite bad for people, but actually you teach people how to be free. You teach people to trust themselves. And it also shows that you do things in the correct way. You don't do things, and it may seem like you just live your life frivolously, but you don't. You live your life actually in a very, very truthful, congruent, and balanced way. Very balanced. Oh, wow. Look at that. We've got like the Siren here, and then we've got this one. Stand up for yourself. Stand up to the bullies. Wow. Look at that. So I think also, like, you stand up for people as well when they can't stand up for themselves. Beautiful. Love that pile too. You're incredible. I love it. Do you know what it reminds me of a bit? Like the lady that did my tattoo, she lives in Berlin and she is amazing. I'm telling you, like, the work ethic of the Germans is something else, man. Like, they are just like, they're really good. She works hard and she plays hard. Like, and I'm telling you, if you ever know anything about Berlin club life, like, it's insane. I can't even stay out later than, I find it difficult to do later than midnight, let alone like, you know, like in the morning. So she, you know, she really works hard and plays hard, but she works hard. But she's got this amazing place where she lives and she's worked really hard for. But it's her art and her architecture that get her to where, you know, where she kind of wants to, or where she is right now. So yeah, well, we have another astral house here actually. Usually I don't put these cards in, but for some reason I just threw them all in. Right, okay, so pile 2 to close out your reading. We have got Pale, time to get out of a situation. I'm going to put that there. So, Pale, time to come out of a situation. Pin, new job or career. Barrel, you're feeling something lacking in your life, perhaps love, money or goals. Career again. So career, that would be 10th house. So we had something already with kind of, what did we have? Yeah, it was here actually. I think it was pin, new career. And then axe, forces working against you. Interesting. But I don't know, I feel like you, this is the thing. I think like people view you as someone who has energies that work against them and you know how to turn it around. You may even work in a court. You may even work in a place where you need to stand up for other people. So you might, yeah, because that's why, like with the Emperor and the Empress here, like you may work in a legal company or something like that. But you are a very strong personality. I'd be surprised. I bet there's like strong Leo in your chart. I don't know, I just feel it. I don't know, I could be wrong because this is a collective reading. But you're amazing, and I love this for you, Pile 2. My favourite reading so far. If you like this as much as I did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. If you wish to share and comment, please do. Do hit the bell notification icon if you are already subscribed, because then you can get notified of whenever I choose to upload or whenever I upload. Because like, yeah, I'm sorry, I've been a bit behind on that. I've just been so busy. But otherwise, you have a wonderful morning, evening, or night, or day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful green calcite. You look like you have a protective coating over you, though. I have said this before with this stone, and I will say it again. I think that the protective coating is stopping you, or not stopping you, but it's just, yeah, I mean, it's there, isn't it? But you do have a very soft, almost, I don't know, I just get a bit frozen vibes, you know, from that stone. You know, beautiful and absolutely gorgeous, but, you know, like they feel very, like even just the idea of it, like look at it, it's quite standoffish, quite alone. So I don't know, maybe people are thinking that you seem to do all right on your own, and you're quite protected. You got your things. You don't really like to kind of venture outside of that. There is this kind of blocky element to it, the blockiness of calcite, even though green calcite is meant to be very nurturing and loving. I don't know, maybe you kind of give out love, but you don't receive it. I don't know. Let's have a look. Wow, we've got victory, and we've got like similar colours here as well. That's really interesting. But it was reversed, and I will take it reversed. We've also got 40 in the corner, and 4 equates to the Emperor. So, victory. So, I don't know, maybe people feel like they've achieved something with you, or they've maybe able to get to a certain level with you, and then you remind them that they're nowhere near. Oh, wow. Ice Queen, eh? Oh, I just saw the other card. God. The card that came, like these cards, that are part of the, you know, just like the external cards. I don't usually use them. Some tarot readers use them. I don't use them. Because otherwise, if they came out, I'd just have to stop the reading, and I can't do that because it could get too juicy. No, it's just because, like, it just doesn't work when you're doing readings on YouTube and stuff. But even then, I find that it's, you know, people come to you for advice and they want you to know things. They want to know things. So, you know, I think the cards will tell me if I need to stop a reading or not. Like, they'll just start spewing out stuff that I can't even read, and I'll be like, okay. Anyway, so pile 3, what do people secretly think about you? Pile 3, what do people secretly think about you? We've got the Page of Swords reversed. We've got the Hanged Man in reverse. We've also got the Ten of Swords in reverse. And then we have the 8. Wow, they're all reversed. Everything is reversed. And then we've got the 8 of Cups. There's a bit of a guarded element here, you know. Very guarded. Which is interesting because you make people look at certain things, but I don't know if they really... I mean, they see you. They see who you are. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't think I was going to say this to any of the other piles, but it's interesting how these things work out. So I started this reading for pile 1. Like, I started the whole reading about a week ago. And I did the reading. And then I did like only pile 1 I did. And it resonated so strongly with myself that I thought it was strange. But anyway, I had a week of work and I was unable to finish the reading. So I left everything on, ready to do the reading. So I thought, oh yeah, I'd sit down and I'd do it maybe one night after work when I came home. And I was just too exhausted this week that I wasn't able to do it. And now finally I'm able to do it. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to restart the whole reading. But what's happened is that there's been so many things that have come up from that first reading that seem to have bled throughout all of the readings. So I've recorded 2 pile 1s. I don't know which one I'm going to upload. If I don't talk about this in the beginning, then you'll know that it was the original one. But otherwise, then the other one will be lost, or will be forever in the vaults of unsaid tarot readings. What has that got to do with your reading, pile 3? It's because pile 1's current reading, the one that I did for this, which actually might be the sign for me to upload that one, is the exact opposite of this. So if you're interested, go and watch that. Because it's almost like that they didn't trust, like people are not trusting. Like they kind of, or they, not that they don't trust, or like you trust, or that the like my pile 1s, they trust the people who are around them, but people are not approaching you with an honest view. This is the opposite way around. People are coming to you and being a bit too honest, and they may even be a little bit clingy and a little bit like, you know, almost like hanger-on-y, a little bit like, maybe in a way like a bit vampire-esque, may I say, because we've got like really candid cards here which are telling me that there is like that, so there's clarity here and a lack of drama, but there is a lack of perspective and also not moving on. So for me, and then there's a lack of victory here. where there should be a victory. And the binoculars in the corner are telling me that the view is not on the correct thing. Also, 4 is the number stability, and that's reversed. So this is an unstable space. Whereas pile 1, it started like it almost like it seems to have started off in a stable way. So the 4 of Pentacles reversed always, like it says, the 4 of Swords to me says that somebody who's willing to look at themselves, who's willing to look at what they should, like what they've been afraid to look at. And not being so obsessive about a point of view. The Hanged Man, however, is about having a point of view and not being able to see anything but that point of view. That's the only point of view. You know, it's not looking at things from a different perspective. The 10 of Swords is about drama being over, and the 8 of Cups is about not walking away from something. So there's a persistence where people feel that they might even come to you for their problems and stuff. Whereas like pile 1, they lived the experience with you and then they left you. You know, these were the kind of people that they were attracting. So I don't know, it just feels like an opposite thing. Whereas like these people, you may think that like, you know, you're doing your own thing, and then all of a sudden people come to you and then they can't leave you alone. Feels like they don't really look within themselves. They actually look to you for an answer. And I think that's why I said that it was the opposite, because they look to you for the answer. And that's why there's this thing on a, like this, I don't know, it looks like a kestrel. It's not quite a hawk. And it's got a crown, but it's reversed. So it's almost like they're not looking within themselves. And particularly with that 12, that Hanged Man reversed, it means that the perspective is skewed. It's not correct. And this particular 10 of Swords, it makes me think that they're not looking at the right thing. I love that 10 of Swords. I don't know if you know, for those of you, I know that, I don't know, some of the majority of my subscribers are a particular age, but back in the older days, they used to dissect animals to like view what it was like. Okay, can you clarify okay, what have we got here? The 5 of Cups reversed, and then that is clarifying the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. I keep on saying Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. The 9 of Wands is clarifying reversed as well, right? Okay. I don't know, pile 1. If you've got some, pile 3, if you've got some intense views that you express. Yeah, if you've got some intense views that you express, it could be that you have people that like support you, but they support you a bit blindly, it looks like. That's what it feels like. Could be completely wrong. I'm sorry if I am, and if this isn't your reading. I've got loads of other lovely readings in my pick a card. This is a bit intense, this one. But Ace of Swords, 10 of Swords reversed, 5 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups reversed. It means to me that people don't seem to learn from their lessons, and they come to you and they see you as someone that will accept them in that space. God, I was hoping it would be a little bit more kind of joyful, but it doesn't feel that way, and I'm really sorry about that. But if you're attracted to pile 2s, go and see pile 2s. I mean, they see you as like a bringer of truth, for sure. But I don't think that they're willing to follow that thing. I mean, it could also be that I don't know, there's just a lot of defensiveness. There's a lot of defensiveness, and I wouldn't go as far as scapegoating, but it's almost like You know when a group or a collective like place their blame on one thing and it helps and then it creates the community? It's like that. So in the respect of how do others view you? They view you as someone that they can entrust all of this into and they can believe in that respect. But it's not. It doesn't feel like it's. It feels like it's lazy. Does that make sense? Like it feels like it's just like, oh, I'm a blind faith. That's what I'm looking for. So like it feels like just blind faith. Feels like they're blindly putting their faith in you, man. Not gonna lie. People like to they like to project onto you. There we go. That's the badger. They like to project things onto you. Not in a bad way. They project the good things onto you, but then they also like they kind of in a way like, oh wow, yeah, this person is doing all of this stuff and like they're doing these things, and then it kind of doesn't really sit well with you because you're looking for some people to see you as a sense of equality rather than like this kind of idealization and this podium, you know, pedestal. Like putting you on a pedestal. I hope that makes sense. And right, I'm telling you something, yeah. And I remember having this discussion with a fellow tarot reader that love readings and readings about other people are very difficult to do. And the reason why they are is because people change like the weather and like underwear. Or you should change your underwear and your socks every day. I hope you do. But yeah, so they change very frequently. Let's go with the weather because we know that changes. Yeah, so the weather, they change very frequently. So what that means essentially is that you can't really trust it to be one thing. What I'm just saying is probably the general gist of what happens. And I think it's just something to be aware of. It doesn't mean that this is a permanent thing. Also, do remember that these readings are for entertainment purposes only and that they should only be a confirmation of what you already know and not telling you anything new. If that's the case, it probably isn't your reading. So just a disclaimer. Okay, so we've got a meeting. Wow, okay. So, okay. Well, with that in mind, and we've got 4 again. Interesting. With that in mind, what I'm thinking is of like, say for example, if like you went to an AA meeting or some kind of like dependence meeting or something like that, where you're like, or like a meeting where it's people getting together to try and heal themselves. And people, I don't know, there's a little bit of like idealization here that doesn't seem very healthy. Don't ask me what you think about this because I have no idea. I'm not going to look into that. I'm looking at what they think. What you do with this information is up to you. I don't. Okay. Okay, yeah. Wow, you'll be guided through the darkness. I think people really look up to you, to be honest with you. I think they think that you're amazing. They really do. But I don't think they fully understand the path. You know what, it's a little bit like the sheep as well. Like they don't really know what they're doing with the work. They're just doing it because it's like, oh, you know. I mean, as someone who follows the spiritual path, like I do I do try to follow my instincts, but I don't know, I'm my Capricorn moon keeps me in check so hard that I just can't follow things blindly. I need to have a kind of like grounded aspect to who is it that I'm following? What have they done previously? What are their like kind of background in those kind of things? How do I know that what they do? Like even when it comes to my shamanic practice, like I try to make sure that now, having had like several different teachers, 3 teachers, and now moving on to a 4th, like how do I make sure that these people are going to do what they're going to say that they're going to do? So, and now I'm realizing that teachers aren't necessarily people who are like further along the path than you are. They are just people that happen to have to teach you something at that time. Doesn't mean anything different, you know. But, you know, there are certain principles that are in place, for example, like values, which have to come into play. And what I'm seeing here is that these people don't even like look at their values. They just follow things blindly. That's what I'm seeing. Sorry, Part 3. Just saying. Right, okay, so we've got the wanting. We've got greed, envy, and ambition, right? Greed, and it's reversed. Number 6, the lovers. Okay, so what I'm getting from that is that it's the opposite. But I think that this is like underlying... I think it's an underlying thing. Oh, you can call me negative. I don't care. Like, I just think that this is a bit like, I don't know what's going on with these people, man. They're not looking at you with a sense of truthfulness. I don't think so. I mean, I'm just trying to read these cards a different way to see if they're telling me something different. 9 of Wands, defensiveness, getting over defensiveness, and then the Ace of Swords, clarity of truth, and the 5 of Swords, not giving up. That just says to me like a kind of group that gets together and then they want to like get over some stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like they want to, and that card, a meeting, like it's almost like, as I said, like an AA meeting where people want to get together and do stuff like that. But then I don't know if their intentions are exactly clear. Like the real work in terms of having to heal is not being addressed because there's these things. And I think, to be honest with you, I think that, you know, this is where that they're moving away from. You know, that's why this is the wanting. I mean, that's a craving. So it matches with that idea of like, you know, we would match in with that idea of an AA meeting or something similar to that. So it's almost like an addiction to something. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just viewing it in a kind of like, I don't know, in a weird way. But it's the clarity. Like, I think it's people that want to make a change in their lives, but they're not committing to it fully. They're just using you as the ability to say that they are committing to it. Does that make sense? So crazy. What the fuck? Like, what is that? Oh my God, tell me what you think. And remember, don't come for me, yeah? Let's just have a conversation about it, because, you know, it might be completely wrong, but like usually these cards are telling me something really weird, and yeah, I don't know, it's complicated. Okay, so we've got Earth, abundance, fertility, and grounding, and it's reversed. So Earth reversed goes to, oh sugar, hold on one sec. Sorry, Part 3, I just had to double check. So that's air, you know. So what's something that should be a grounding experience is now turning into it's actually just quite a fleeting experience. That's what I'm getting. So, I mean, what do people think of you? People think that you're like, that, I don't know, they just idolize you a bit. In a nutshell, they idolize you. And I don't know, it leaves you with a bit of taste in your mouth. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's see what the Astro Dice have to say. Okay, so we've got Taurus 11. Oh God, look, community again. So we've got, this is definitely to do with like how people view you. They view you as someone with standing, like really like kind of like you have a level of security. But I don't know, Taurians are also about the indulgence as well. They're very hardworking, very dedicated, but they are about the indulgence and also quite selfish. So like, you know, because they're bulls are like that. You know, all the fixed signs are pretty intense in their like kind of driven nature to be like that they know what's right and they know what they have to do and they know that nothing else is going to get in their way. They do it, and whether other people want to come along, that's up to them, but that's it, you know. And then we have 11, which is community, and then we also have Uranus, which is about a bombshell. So I've got, well, bombshell, unpredictability, things that come out of the blue. I don't know, maybe this reading is like that. I have no idea. What I will say is that this is really unexpected. I wasn't thinking that it was going to come out like this. But I don't know, maybe it's the kind of people like that are around you right now, but this is what people secretly think of you. So they're not going to be outspoken about this. They're not going to tell you outright that this is what they think. They are going to be, this is what they're secretly thinking. So, and I'll also be honest with you, sometimes these people don't even know that they're thinking it themselves as well. That's the thing about the tarot. Like, sometimes people are not even aware of what they're thinking. And then the tarot comes out and tells them about it. So that could be true. And then also, it could be all bullshit. So, you know, it's all like, I don't know. Let's see. Woman, dealings or a relationship with a woman. Pin, a new job or career. Pale, time to get out of a situation. Star, guaranteed success. Okay, I think you are a bit of a star. And haystack, karma, you'll reap what you have sown. Or, okay, right. Another thing as well, you could be like some famous kind of influencer or something, making sure that you put across the correct kind of things across. There is an element of that, not gonna lie. There is, like, it feels like you have gathered some kind of community that helps people. And what's important here is to ensure that the integrity is there. I don't know, like, you may be trying to push the agenda of like some kind of integrity. I don't know if the people around you are secretly thinking that. I think they might be projecting something else. Oh my God, that was so deep. I think I'm going to have to put a trigger warning on this reading. I'm sorry. But I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think. I can't wait. I love you all, okay? You're all great. I hope you enjoyed this reading, my beautiful, beautiful collective. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. If you do, hit the bell notification icon to all, then you get notified of when I next upload. Again, I'm really sorry I haven't uploaded. I've been so busy. But here we are. I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, or day whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember, my darlings, that honesty is always key. Bye.